Hey man, how you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you?
Look at
Excellent.
you, Mr. Health Gauge. This is like the first time in about a couple of months that you and I haven't like hung out off the show, just catching up on Bruce Jaw stuff. I just thought I'd give you a week away from me.
I know. No, I thought you didn't love me anymore.
No, that's not true.
I'm starting to worry. So
I just figured you're like a high-priced executive. You don't need me like yammering at you.
Yeah,
Tim
sure.
Daniels.
No, love it.
Well, let's get. You know what? Let's get right to the meat here. Health Gauge is what we're talking about. Healthgauge.com. And I think the last time you were on with us, I had just had my monitor on for a couple of days.
Yes, that's right.
Which for old guy stuff, it's you have to wear these things for cardiac issues. Let's just go back to what was the inspiration for you to develop this? Because there's lots of people that do Fitbits, and there's lots of people that have kind of clunky medical devices. What was the sort of impetus for you guys to put together the Health Gauge?
Sure. Okay. Well, actually, and to be quite honest, I had absolutely nothing to do with the inspiration for the development of Health Gauge. My role in all this was as an investor, and we helped to fund the company. But the real inspiration behind the company came from the two founders, which is Randy Duguay and Bruce Matichuk. And both Randy and Bruce they've worked together for a number of years, and they've blended their expertise. They're both electrical engineers by training, by profession, and they've spent their entire professional life, adult life, in the area of artificial intelligence, and specifically artificial intelligence as it relates to healthcare. Randy, for example, was one of the members of the executive of TELUS Health for a number of years, and TELUS Health is still to this day the largest digital health company in Canada, and so both he and Bruce have been living and breathing artificial intelligence and digital healthcare for better than a decade now. And so we've just come along as kind of the investing arm to give them, some of the financial aid that they needed to bring the products forward.
And again, what I like about the brilliance of this is, the whole preventative aspect. We often hear about that, here in Ontario, healthcare costs. And a lot of the problem is people, they aren't dealt with until they have a problem. It's almost like too late. And then it costs thousands and thousands of dollars to correct a problem that maybe could have been prevented.
Yeah.
I told you guys, my grandfather died of a heart attack. My dad had a couple of them. So I contacted my doctor saying, hey, can I have a look at my heart? Why? What's wrong? I said, nothing. I just want to look ahead to see that I'm okay. It's like pulling teeth. To go to a cardiologist. And I was talking to the guy the other day, and he reluctantly said, we'll bring you in for a stress test because there was nothing on the surface wrong with me.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And the deal with these, with the Health Gauge, it's just such a giant step forward to that preventative thing. So
you got it. It's not only I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. And this is all impromptu. Howard, regale us for the next 30 seconds with some enthralling story of your golf outing in the last week. And while you're doing that, I'm going to run an exam on myself, and I'm going to report back in 30 seconds. Okay.
Hold on. No, wait. Before you do that, did you not hear what he said? There's no fucking golf here in Ontario.
Oh.
Hey, that's a sore point.
You know why? Because some idiot's in charge who doesn't golf. So you just want, you're going to run a test for the next 30 seconds.
I'm going to run a test on myself for the next 30 seconds.
Okay.
Just to show you how quick and simple I've started it. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Well, one of the things,
as we're chit-chatting here.
One of the things I would say, I want to just echo what Fred was saying, because I had never had any cardiology issues, but once I did, it's almost like all of a sudden now I'm in the cardiology, vein where I'm seeing them, I'm getting monitored. But what you said, Fred, about asking your GP to send you to one, it's it's almost like if there's nothing wrong with you, they don't see a reason to. But you're a 64-year-old guy. I'm 61. Of course, I want to know, and that's why when we were talking about the Genesis, the Health Gauge Genesis the other day, it's you get that information all the time. And I can tell you this from having had some blood pressure issues now because of my heart, I'd want to know if there's a dip in it. And then also, how long has that been going on? Which is one of the other things about the Health Gauge Genesis is that it saves that information and you can share it with people. Okay,
well,
now.
Just let me say, we're so upside down right now because I know, they've told me, the government puts pressure on them. Don't be sending people through here that don't need to be coming through here. And if you don't have any symptoms, you're a person who doesn't need to be coming through here, which is just so backwards.
Okay, so you just did the test on your watch.
Okay, so here we go. So as we were chit-chatting here, I ran the test using this device. This is the Genesis device, and the app on my phone. Now I can do it without my phone, but you get a little more visual feedback from the phone app. So I can tell you over the 30 seconds we were chatting here, my blood pressure currently is 117/75. My heart rate was 64, and my heart rate variability was 85. And along with it, I don't think you can see this, but along with that is a full ECG and PPG readout. So there you go. Right, that's simple. I know right here and now what's going on with my cardio system. And this information, if I didn't have my phone with me, no sweat. It's all stored on this, and it goes up to our cloud platform. So anytime I want, either myself or me and my medical team, my doctors, my therapists, my nurses, my pharmacists can log into my account and not only access this one that I did now, but all my readings over the last week, the next,
that's the part that really intrigues me.
And so on. Exactly. So you can see what's going on. And so it's that simple, it's that painless, and it's that immediate where you get real feedback, real actionable feedback that is meaningful. And so you don't have to wait for that, that squeezer in your chest to tell you, oh my God, what's going on? Maybe I better, talk to my doctor.
Now, Timmy, I know from excuse me for interjecting. I know from talking to you off the show that you do you're pretty active. You're a very fit guy. The Genesis, does it also, because it says here, it's activity levels like a Fitbit. Will it give you that kind of feedback?
It does. So let me tell you, first of all, before I forget, my apologies, because I've been meaning to get units to you, and I haven't forgotten about that.
No, I know.
So what's happened is that two things. The bad news is that everything has been backlogged coming out of Asia these days. In part because of the
Especially
COVID.
Even Phil's in Cambodia, and trust me when I say he's backlogged.
Hey, Phil.
It's Doug Ford's fault.
Honest to God, everything is backlogged in part because of COVID, but also in part because there's a real shortage of computer chips in the world right now. And so anything that's driven by computer chip technology is slow coming. But the good news is that what we've got coming in, let's see, today is the 4th. So in 2 days from now, on the 6th, we have an arrival showing up finally. So you guys are going to get your units. But the even better news is that what you're going to get is the new Phoenix model. And so it does everything that the Genesis does, that this unit does, which is blood pressure, heart rate variability, ECG, PPG, sleep patterns, activity levels, and so on. But on top of that, first of all, it has upgraded sensors, so you're getting the greatest and the best, latest sensors in them. Number one. Number two, over and above what this does, there's also an added O2 sensor, which is really important because when you start talking about your fitness levels, monitoring the O2 levels in your blood is really, really important. And especially in these days of COVID.
Mhm.
You know, one of the real quick indicators that you got a problem happening is when your O2 level is dropping in your blood, because your cardiovascular, your circulatory system, cardiovascular system is not being able to, you know, to supply that O2 into the blood. And so our new units have the O2 monitors built in. It also has a temperature gauge built in that this one doesn't. And it has 24-hour heart rate sensing, and it has a bigger, brighter display. And so it's better in every way. And you guys are getting that in 2 days. It's
Well,
on
listen,
the way. So
we're excited about that. Go ahead, Freddie. Yes,
Tim, does it count your steps?
It does count your steps.
It does.
It does count your steps, and it monitors, I don't know, half dozen or more different activities, from cycling to tennis to swimming.
Don't you think 10,000 steps a day?
Number.
Don't you think 10,000 steps a day is over the top, though? I mean, you know.
Yeah,
like
you know, it's a good benchmark.
Jesus.
But at the end of the day, it's really quite meaningless.
Well, listen, Fred, you see where I live. I did 10,000 steps just getting down here this morning.
I did around 10,000 steps yesterday, a long walk, cutting the lawn and everything, and we counted them with my wife's thing. And I thought I couldn't do that every day. Are you kidding?
You could. Tim, I want to ask you before we let you go.
Okay.
Because and Fred was kidding me this morning about how I like statistics and I like to look at graphs, and I'm certainly obsessive when it comes to things like this, especially because it's medical in nature, which is my favorite thing besides golf, which Doug Ford took a big shit on about 3 weeks ago. That's right, Tim. Our premier took a big shit on golf. Anyway, but he's a great guy. Here's my question: Is there? I'm sorry, Phil. What?
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Phil. Were we interrupting your phone sex with your wife? This is Tim Daniels from Healthgate. You can't do. I forgot to mute. Sorry.
He's excited. Howard, cut him slack. Phil's excited, man.
He's excited to see his wife in 2 days, but right now he's doing phone sex while the Healthgate guy's on. My question to you is this.
Yeah.
Is there a danger for somebody like me to be constantly looking at this, all day long, checking your blood pressure and your oxygen levels?
While crossing the street, yes.
I got to tell you, when you first put it on, it's so obsessive. I couldn't stop taking my measurement all day long. I was doing this, which is fine, which is great. But even better is after a while, you forget it's even there, but it's still going through its paces. It's still monitoring you. It's still doing all the things that it should be doing, which is even a better scenario, because now you're not focused on it. Now you're not, trying to adjust your breathing rate and trying to do all these stupid things.
Try to game the system.
Well, I hope I get mine.
Exactly. So,
I hope I get mine in time for the Stanley Cup playoffs, because watching the Leafs in the playoffs, I'll be tracking. I'll be tracking my reaction.
I know, man. This is football, and when I say football, I mean soccer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, hockey is not something that is a big thing over here.
Listen, we want everyone to go see healthgauge.com. We got to wrap you up here, but before we do, healthgauge.com, the new Phoenix is coming out. Yeah. And I'm going to send you a note to see what your availability is the next couple of days. We can catch up.
Sounds good.
And do a little Moose Jaw reunion stuff.
Last thing I want to say is, in celebration of the new Phoenix coming out, we're going to make some available to your listeners of this program. So we're gonna get some product over to you that you can make hand out however you go about doing that.
Well, listen, that's why I want to catch up with you in the next couple of days so we can figure out how we're going to do that. Tim Daniels, just quickly, and I mean quickly, like I know you and I are world-class talkers here. 30 seconds. What's going on in Italy with the COVID?
Yeah, finally we're a little bit under control here. Our numbers have been dropping. They've lifted some of our restrictions. Some of the outdoor dining is back open again, which is a big thing over here. So the sun is shining. It's mid-20s, so it's
can I ask you a question? Can you golf in Italy?
Yeah, well, in the one of a half dozen courses that exist here, and
all right. Yeah.
you can, yeah.
You can golf anywhere on earth except
In
here.
theory, yeah.
Tim Daniels, thanks, my brother. I will send you
All
a
right,
talk
boys.
maybe tomorrow or the next day. Thanks, my friend.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Cheers,
All
guys.
right.
Take care.